everyone. How are you doing? Oh, I forgot I had these on my head. Sorry. They work really great, though, keeping my hair back when I'm fixing my makeup. So, how is everyone? Hi, Autistic Shill. Hi, Steffi. Hey, Eliar. Hey, April. Hey, Vivian. How is everyone? I hope everyone is well. Lovely Saturday evening. I got out of work early today because we had they call it a nor'easter, but really we only got like a foot of snow. Is it really a nor'easter? I mean, the ones I remember from my younger years, they were like 3 feet or more. This was a foot. This was like a typical, I don't know, Sunday afternoon in December growing up. I don't know. Hi, Dev. Oh, it's you, Al. Hi, Al Capone. Did you ever get that PayPal I sent? Not last live, but the live before. Yes, I did. Oh, you might not have seen it. Okay, so the end of that stream, I started to play the outro music, and then I picked up my phone while I was playing. I'm like, oh shit! So I stopped the outro music, and I came back. I'm like, oh, by the way, thank you so much for the PayPal. I'm sorry, I didn't let you know I did that. But yes, I did get it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Is it Tax Max Facts? Hi. Oh, Frankie Frankenstein. Okay. Hi. How is everyone? I asked that like 3 times tonight. Okay, so while I was covered in hives for like 2 or 3 days here this week, I didn't really do anything. I just surfed around and checked out other people's content and shit like that. And I noticed over on Molly Golightly's Facebook page, she had shared a video. And this video has been out for about a year. I never seen it though before. And finally today I started watching it. I've been meaning to watch it and everything. And apparently it's already gotten some people talking from what I've heard in a couple of live stream clips. So I put the video on today, and this thing's like 3.5 hours long. And I would have started the stream. I planned on starting the stream at like 6:30, but I couldn't stop watching this fucking thing. It's so good. So I'm going to be showing some clips from this video tonight. And I really love, and I'm very, very impressed, and I'm very grateful for Paris Milan. That's the name of the channel. For the timeline they put together, the timeline they showed from like a time, a good while before Marvon's incident to almost today. Well, until a year ago, anyways. They did, in my opinion, a fantastic job. And that's by and large why I'm going to be pulling from this video a little bit. I'm not going to be playing the whole thing or anywhere close to it. I'm going to be skipping through certain things and everything because first and foremost, whether you watch this entire live of mine or not, I don't even care. You have to watch their video. It is so good. I put the link in the description already, but I'm going to put it in the chat now. Here. So it is so good. It really is. She's very fair, you know, in my opinion. But she's also not an idiot, you know. So yeah, she does kind of come hard for some people, but they kind of have it coming, in my opinion. And she definitely even opened up my eyes to a few things that, yeah, I don't think I've really picked a side as hard as I should have. So that's what I've learned anyways. Yes, I'm definitely doing better. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to start playing it. Let's see. So the name of it is Mama is Always Right. Mama is Always Right. The Last Days of Von McCray. Get back here to the beginning. Yeah, this video is so good. I mean, you guys, if you have even the slightest interest or if you've had the slightest interest in those involved in the storyline or whatever, this is a must see.
Had 2 children, and so he was pretty reluctant, and his mother
Now, like I said, the video is 3.5 hours long. We're not going to be covering the whole thing, period. And we're definitely not going to be doing it the whole thing tonight. I don't know exactly how long we're going to go for tonight. I have a timestamp in my head along with this video where I definitely want to at least reach up to. And this is going to be more than one part series, I guess, because I can't get it all in one night. I can't. So, because my involvement or my witnessing these things transpire, I have a lot of things that I would like to add to it too, as well as we go. It's not, so, and I think that that's important, at least for me. I'm sorry, it's my channel. So it's important for me to get that out.
Warned him. She was telling him about that. She was like, I met her, but she's older than you. You should focus on your career. And she also has children. You probably don't really want to pursue that. But despite his mother's warning, Von still chose to stay in this relationship with Dre. And he went on to marry her and raise her 2 daughters as if they were his own. Okay. So this is something we're also going to come back to and revisit. And she'll also, Dre herself will tell you about their marriage. So
she gives a little bit of background here about Dre and Marvon. Later on in the video, it's really broken down how they met and everything. These were things I never even seen before, which I do think is definitely of interest. But there's like so much more of interest before that, I think. I am going to go forward a little bit here. I don't want to go over too much of this. I want to get to where they're before his incident. Okay, yeah, right about here.
That I keep interrupting him. All I want to do is talk. It would be beneficial if I just close my lips. How do I want to hear myself when I'm asking you questions?
Problems with the injury or whatever, and she was the main one working, so she had control of the money.
So here's where we're going to start. We're going to start where she's recording an argument of theirs, because from there's a good segue into their past. So
got to a point to where he had to ask his own wife if she could give him a $2,000 loan. Hey, can you give me a $2,000 loan? I promise I'll pay it back. And she said, Marvon, why would you need $2,000 allegedly? And he said, so I can have something for when I leave. I'm getting seen, but it won't happen overnight. I can't even believe I'm asking you this but have nothing else. So he didn't have anything. And he's begging her at this point, allegedly, for this loan. And she's telling him, you need to go get psychiatric care. Okay, you need to go and get evaluated because, there's a hospital. And she was just telling him he needed to go get help. And he said, it's a loan, Dre. I swear I'll pay it back ASAP. I don't need that because I'm not in any immediate danger, but I will be if I stay at this house. And so things just escalated at that point. And eventually they started having more marital problems. And he was asking if he could stay in one of the children's room. And he told her, like, hey, I need to be by myself. And she was like, no, I'm not removing my child from the room. Basically, you need to come in my room and I'm not leaving my room either. So then this audio was obtained by Without a Crystal Ball. And she's alleging that this is an argument that someone sent to her of Drea and Von, who are going back and forth.
Cussing and yelling at me is not.
I remembered. I'm going to slow this down a little bit because I do think that this is an important part to really just take it all in. I never really gave these arguments of theirs much time or consideration because, everyone argues. Everyone says some really horrible shit when they're arguing, right? God knows I am. So I don't like to put too much stock into that, especially when one person knows it's being recorded, because then that one person's going to be on their best behavior. That's just how it goes. So I didn't really want to give it too much. I don't know. I didn't want to put too much stock into it, but yeah, this needs to be heard, I think.
Hey, can you please shut up? Stop talking to me. That's what's driving me crazy.
Because what? Because I'm trying to work on a solution for whatever's going. Yes, I am, Bud.
You never did.
I don't.
You use me for your own God.
I use you? Where is this even coming from? How do I use you?
Oh my goodness, bro.
How do I use you, Vaughn? What? How do I use you, Vaughn? How do I use you?
Don't ask me because you ain't gonna even want to know the answer.
Of course I do.
What do you mean? I don't want to listen. You just want to hear yourself.
Vaughn, in what way? I'm here asking you questions.
Hear yourself.
How do I want to hear myself when I'm asking you questions? I literally want to know what I do to use you. For real. I use you and I've never cared about you? Where's this even coming from? Vaughn, where are you getting this? Please, I want you to talk. It's crazy how I'm asking you questions, Marvon. I'm asking you why you feel this way. Why do you think that? And you literally just keep saying, I want to hear myself. If I was talking, that would be different. This is crazy, Vaughn.
You are talking though. You're the only one talking. You're still talking. You're not giving him more than like 1.5 seconds to respond. You know, by the time he's probably processing a thought, getting ready to speak, you go right into the next spiel or whatever, you know, like, so yeah, you're not giving him a chance to talk. I mean, we all do it though. I mean, I know I do it too. And so I don't want to, I'm not, basically here's what I'm going to say. When it comes to any of the things that happened between Dre and Marvon before his incident, we'll call it, I don't put a ton of blame on her. I mean, I do think there's blame to go around. And he is a grown man and he made his own decisions and he went along with things. So I can't put a lot of blame on her. But from the second he was no longer with us, we'll say, no longer conscious, from then on, there's a lot of blame that falls on her.
He was getting ready to go and getting his stuff together. That's when he was still yelling.
And this is Dre talking.
And then he's like, shut up, just shut up, and all this kinds of crap. I video recorded it so that maybe later in a therapy session, when he's trying to act like he's not popping off and he's not this and that, which, you know, he makes it seem like he's just this calm person or whatever, that I'm the only one that provokes him, then
she recorded this for it to be used against him at a later date. What the fuck? And why? For a therapy session so she can regain an upper hand or something? Or I mean, that's a really shitty thing to do.
I have this because I think it's important for someone to see so that they can like put some sense into him or something. Because the only times I've ever seen him like this was after the organ massage, like this right here. And now, thankfully, he left. But after us scavenging for the keys, we couldn't find my car keys. And so after him looking for it, he's like, I can't find your keys. Like, where are they? And I'm like, I told him, no, I'm not saying that. And then going on and on and on. Like, this dude went from like, I've sacrificed so much so you can have the life you want. And I'm thinking like, what? And I said, please be specific.
So here's where the content creator, she uses this as like, this is how they were talking to each other then, but here's how they used to talk to each other. And then it goes, now it starts getting good.
Rap battle. Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Hey, daddy, rap battle.
I feel like,
But baby, baby, they can't see you. What's your favorite thing about me?
baby, don't look at me that way. Baby, you know my favorite thing about you.
Who I know your favorite thing about me, okay? But we can't talk about that on camera, okay? I know.
You let me be lazy.
I let you be lazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Earl and my favorite thing about you.
Yeah.
How about you, Chef?
My favorite thing about him is he's gentle. Yeah, he's gentle. That's my favorite thing about him. He's so gentle. Like, I have a lot of issues personally, physically and emotionally and mentally. I feel like I have a lot of issues, and he's so gentle with me, and I love that. Like,
I just noticed something too, like to hear her talk then, just her mannerisms, the emotion, the pep, or whatever you want to call it, in her voice, in her, yeah, and everything about her. She sounds so much more alive and awake and everything, and like and involved, like participating in things. Like to hear her talk now, it's like she's doing it from this giant place of disassociation. You know, like she drank way too much Robitussin or something. You know what I mean? That's just kind of, I don't know. It's a very vast difference, though.
I can.
And I have no doubt that a lot of stress and everything has something to do with it. I'm not putting this on drugs. I'm not. I'm just saying that I'm noticing a difference. That's all I'm saying.
Talk to him about like if I'm going through pain, and he comforts me like no other, like for real. So yeah, he's very kind. Yeah.
So this year, unfortunately, and this is why I gave y'all a trigger warning, Vaughn is now in a coma. Okay, he's been fighting for his life in a coma, and this video is going to give you all of the times leading up to how we got to this point. This is why I gave you guys a trigger warning. So how Vaughn got to this point and things that were occurring to him, and I'm so sorry you guys have to see that, up until this point is a lifestyle change that they began to have with one another. So this year, they started going on this, or not this year, but a couple years ago, they started going on the Sebi diet, right? They turned into alkaline vegans. And, you know, that diet is extremely restrictive, and she heavily encouraged
I'm not going to get into this whole pseudoscience debate or whatever, but I have to say this. I just really fucking do. You cannot turn your body, your bloodstream, your whatever, alkaline. You can't. You can drink the most alkaline water there is in the world, and your stomach acid is just going to fucking destroy it. You cannot do that. You yourself as a person cannot take actions without like medical intervention to make your body, your system more alkaline. You just can't. Your body can do it though on its own, and that usually means that you're dying. So
their family to try, this new way of life. And something else that they started to embark upon is herbs. And she started consuming these herbs. She would promote it, a lot of these herbal businesses she was sponsored by. And one herb in particular is kratom. Kratom is an herb that is native to Southeast Asia. And although it's not an O, let me put in the chat what I'm saying when I say an O, so that you guys can understand and so that we're on the same page. Okay. Now catch it. All right. So although it's not an O, the alkaloids in kratom, I believe it's mitragynine and 7-hydroxymitragynine, it activates the same receptors in the brain that addictive Ds do, like the O's do. So kratom is not approved by the FDA. And although some people use it for pain relief or to manage withdrawal symptoms, other people have reported that when they take this kratom, they start becoming a bit dependent on it. Some people report stomach ailments, headaches, and sometimes what can happen, and this is per some studies, is that kratom can cause kidney failure, liver damage, seizures, coma, and it could make you check up out of here, right? But this is something that Dre would promote a ton. She swore by kratom, and this is a video of her explaining her experience of using kratom.
People ask me about what I take for my autoimmune disease.
Okay, I'm
For
gonna
me, the reason why I take kratom
over
is solely because of pain. Gabapentin, I believe I was taking 2 300 milligram tablets.
Take it when I first wake up because the night.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I got to start doing all
this. This is crazy.
Follow the instructions of the doctor.
This is crazy to see the change in the two of them, especially Marvon, though, I think.
And taking the doctor's medicines. She swore that she was able to help him and heal him with the different tonics and the different herbs that she claimed she researched on her own. And throughout this journey that she and her family was going on, it caused her to, what she said, unintentional.
Wait a second, daughter. 1 second. Sorry. But yeah, like I was saying, the change you see, like this is him before any of this kratom nonsense. This is him throughout, and then that's kind of where he ended up.
Intentionally lose weight. But then you can also see that Vaughn started to drastically drop weight. He was pretty muscular, and this is what he started to look like, a bit gaunt in the face, and he started to look like he was losing muscle mass. And I feel like it also made him look older. This is a person that wasn't even 30 yet. He was 29, I believe she's 34 now. She's going to be 35 next month, according to some records I saw. But is it just me, or does he look older in age, So some of those things, and a lot of her fans started to take note of this as well. But again, Vaughn thought that his wife was able to help him a ton. And here's a video of him saying that he didn't want to take the medication and he was going to allow his wife, because he claimed it was helping him. She was helping, I guess.
What did she say? Bonations. Yes, Emily. We do love him and pray for him.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes, we love you, Vaughn. Oh, Trisha. Does kratom cause seizures? No. But that's also why you got to be careful of where.
Now pay attention. Pay attention to his face when someone said, does it cause seizures? Almost like he really dialed into that.
It's not supposed to.
And pay attention to her explanation of her answer.
That's not what it does. That's like saying causes seizures, but I also don't know if there's a 1 in a million, but I doubt it. But no. In fact, this is something that he's dealing with recently with his health is seizures, and he takes it.
I do both, and I got seizures, and they actually help me a lot.
Because he gets in a lot of pain. Whenever he has a seizure, it messes up his seizures are bad.
I'm telling you, bad.
Even when I go to sleep, like when I usually take it when I first wake up, because the night, usually when I go to sleep, I got start doing all this weird stuff, I guess, when I'm knocked out, and it actually hurts my body while I'm asleep. So I have to get up and take it.
Yeah, for pain relief. So especially after a seizure, like he's in a lot of pain. Yeah, seizures. So what we do for seizures, because listen, y'all, I don't just say I'm only natural, like we live it. We treat his seizures naturally. We don't have him on pharmaceutical medications. We're not.
I don't do medication.
No
I don't go to
disrespect.
hospitals. I don't do none of that crap no more because I'm tired of it.
No, and thank goodness we don't. Now we will use a hospital for a life-threatening emergency if we got to, but for the most part, nah, bruh. We try to do everything natural.
My husband is taking no more anxiety to control his seizures. Another thing that I'm doing is valerian root. You guys, I'm able to prevent my husband from having seizures with valerian root. He's not in the room right now, and he's not well. Okay, he's not in the room right now. I'm telling you guys, this is also why I don't like to talk about it sometimes. It's because like I am trying to keep myself afloat. You know what I'm saying? I swear, these last 3 or 4 days, he's been in pre-seizure mode. He changes whenever he's going to have a seizure. He will go like extremely one way or extremely another way, and he's not well. So
see, and I want to take an opportunity here to point this out too. Like she's clearly taking a lot of these substances, whatever you want to call them, herself. So, and I want to point that out because I think that this really did alter and affect Marvon's state of mind and his outlook in life, his overall sense of self, how he felt about it, and if it did it for him, I think that it altered and affected her as well. So there's no excuse. I'm not excusing her or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not here. But this is why I have a hard time putting a lot of blame on her up until that moment, because I don't think that was her intent. Was she negligent? Yeah, probably. Sure. I don't think it was her intent. But then again, maybe I'm wrong, because her behavior, the things she's been saying and doing, especially about her husband since he's been in a coma and especially since he's passed. I can't think of any rational explanation or excuse or anything to explain that in any way that would not be completely abnormal. So
I've been giving him valerian root throughout the day, and I'm taking like the valerian root I had said is Solaray, Solaray. Okay, Solaray. You can also get that brand from Amazon. I get that brand from Sprouts. Okay, Solaray. That medicine that I have now, I smuggled from Mexico. Like it's not even something that I don't get a lot of support and help from the medical community. He doesn't.
Why would the medical community be giving you help and support when you don't trust them? You don't go to them. You just run out and get your own shit. And like, basically, you're going to see in a couple scenes here that she's like concocting these things in her kitchen. And all I can think of is Walter White. And I know it's not the same substance. I get that. Yeah, I do. But really, is what she's doing much different? It's just not the same outcome. Okay, you don't end up with the same product. But she's concocting shit in her own kitchen to give to people to ingest, to try to improve their mood or whatever. And sure, the shit that she's doing isn't technically illegal, but it don't make it any less fucked up, I don't think. Well, maybe a little less fucked up because it's not, but whatever.
Dude, last night was so terrifying with Vaughn. I don't know if it was something that he ate. I checked his blood sugar. He was not doing well, and his blood sugar was at 108. Like, that's normal, right? Like, he started hallucinating. He, like, was so confused about, like, where he was, what was going on. Like, he was, like, mentally, it wasn't. I freaked out. Like, I was starting to shake really, really bad, and I hurried up and gave him a kindness shot. And valerian, and yeah, nothing happened, but that was so sad. I also gave him medication. For some reason, I feel like it was the quinoa. Does that sound weird that the quinoa can do something like that?
She's saying that she gave him shit, and she's thinking that that's what caused the shit. and asking her audience, do you think does it sound like something they would do? I don't know.
I don't know, but I was not okay last night. Like I was having
She wasn't
a
okay.
panic attack. Really, like I took 5 tablespoons, which is huge, not teaspoons, 5 tablespoons of valerian, like 5 tablespoons. Crazy. I took it because I literally was shaking so hard. I was more scared last night than I was the day I was having seizures.
McCray wasn't feeling.
So this is her explaining how she's able to treat him. Again, she said she was his doctor, and she uses this method that she claims is called feedback, where she's able to go in. You can kind of tell she doesn't really know much of what she's talking about because she's not able to even tell you what some of these words are without having to read it. So I'll let you guys see this for yourself.
So well, and today
I'm gonna play this part out too. Just because I think it lends a little bit to the discussion surrounding the whole Bam Margera and Llama situation, because what she's showing here and discussing here, Dre, is a biofeedback program basically, and that's by and large exactly what Llama wanted to have, like, I don't know, applied to people, like, and then have them monitored by other parties, and then like legal decisions be made based on the data from the biofeedback. It's fucking insane.
he started to like go down really, really quickly. It was a little bit scary. So I started doing biofeedback on him to try to help his body like that. I can tell he's doing better. He's doing so much better. I just woke him up to take more valerian root, and that's because that's what I give him. Or that's like the main thing that he takes for his seizures. So
He's doing so much better. So I just had to wake him up to give him more shit because he's doing so much better. I mean, this dude couldn't even get a break from her when he was like sleeping or something because she had him hooked up to shit.
I feel like we're doing good. We don't have anything to worry about, like, at all. But I'm not done with biofeedback. It takes a while. See, and it's showing his thoracic 7.
You know what? Depending on how long he had been sleeping for, he might have been starting to show some signs of improvement because he wasn't awake to be drugged, possibly. I don't know.
Where is that? Oh, in the middle of his back. It's hard to explain, but it's super cool because like it breaks down each region of the body, and I'm able to test like the way his body reads each certain whatever. It'll tell me if there are certain like spots on his back. Like for example, I just did biofeedback on my friend. The body will give feedback to this like software or whatever. I could do iridology on here. It's so crazy. Now that I know that, I am going to provide his body with the frequencies to adjust those things. So his body is emitting a certain frequency through his bronchus. I am going to try to rectify that. Does that make sense?
So stop it. She's doing all of these things. She's using all type of roots, powders, potions, concoctions, brews. Nothing's working. Okay. His seizures just only got worse. They worsened as time went on. And I'm going to allow you guys to see these videos of how she was just giving him all of these dosages, these herbs. And at one point,
skip forward a little bit.
Like I cannot be around people who got the injection. Like it's so bad. But he's still asleep, and I don't know how he's still asleep. I didn't give him something that could knock him out that hard. But I think it was a cayenne pepper. I really do. Anyways, I was strong the whole time, I would say. Of course, I'm gonna be a little bit worried and scared, but I swear it wasn't until like maybe 10 minutes before I went live that I started to like break down because this was so much. It was so heavy.
So again, I'll recap everyone. 6 years ago, when they were together, or approximately 7 years, I think they've been married almost 8. This is their 7th year, is gonna be 8. He was fine. He didn't have any health problems at all whatsoever. He did not start having all these seizures until about 2 years ago, and they tested him for epilepsy. To my understanding, he was not diagnosed with epilepsy. So I want you guys to see this video of her giving him more of these herbs, and he's willing to taking it.
So he's going to talk to us dandelion root powder because McCray's kidneys is hurting. And oh my gosh, let's show you what I just bought.
Did she just say his kidneys are hurting? I didn't even catch that before. What?
I have because Mr. McCray's kidneys is hurting. And oh my gosh, let me show you what I just bought. I have to still take it out of the box.
And this was about 10 days before the coma.
Are you in the bathroom? Okay.
Now listen, I want to rewind that. He said, you want me to take some more? So he's just following orders. Just following orders.
It's almost like he's in a trance too. Like now he's like acting like he's, you know, on dissociatives or something. Or whatever. I didn't do it. Or no, she rewound it. Okay.
Are you in the bathroom? Okay.
I need some. I want some underlying root. Actually, I want to watch some. I don't know if you need more though. Let's not for. Yeah, do this much more. Well, not you do this much more.
Just, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Seizure as you recorded it. So again, viewer discretion is advised.
I'm gonna jump over the part where he starts having a seizure. It's what she says going up to that point.
We've been praying all night. Bella was helping me a lot, but she got tired, and I told her it's okay to go to bed. His seizures, at first they were 48 minutes apart, and then the first one was 48 minutes apart. The second was 44 minutes apart. The third one was 40 minutes apart. The fifth one was 39 minutes apart. But now the sixth one came 56 minutes apart, so they're getting longer. You know, at first they were going from 48 to 44 to 40, 39, and then we went 56 minutes apart. And now we're at 71 minutes apart. So it's always a pattern. I'm hoping that now it's 71 plus 50.
How the fuck? Oh my god! How the fuck do you not do everything you can to insist that your loved one is getting medical help or just being looked at if they're having a seizure like almost every fucking hour? I don't understand that.
15 is what? 86. So I'm hoping that they'll be 86 minutes apart now. I'm going to give him, I've already given him 4 milligrams of Ativan, and I'm going to give him another 2 more. I've already given him 4 milligrams of Ativan, and I'm going to give him another 2 more.
That's a lot of fucking Ativan. Like, if I can take 0.5 milligrams of Ativan and I'll be knocked out for 8 hours. She's giving him what, 6 milligrams of Ativan? What the fuck?
So I looked at the dosage for the day, and it's like 10 milligrams limit for the day. And I think the last time he was in the hospital, it took 5 or 6 milligrams for them to finally stop. I just feel so sick to my stomach.
Hey, baby, I need you to take this medicine, okay? I need you to take this medicine, okay? Here, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you take it.
Why is she filming this? I don't get it. I mean, I get it, you're an influencer or whatever. You film like a lot of your life. You vlog everything. I get it. I do. But this didn't need to be filmed. This didn't need to be done live or whatever. I mean, you didn't need the live chat there to help you through this. I don't think.
Hey, baby, I need you to take this medicine, okay? Okay, here, drink a little bit of water. Drink a little bit of water. Come on. Come on.
Mix this better. It's out of an
I'm going to take a moment here and just point out, we just heard her say, come on, drink some of this water, whatever, drink some of this medicine, whatever it is. Now she has this fucking vial, syringe, whatever it is, I don't know, of some sort of something in it.
Massage is cheap. Oh my god, thank you guys so freaking much. Thank you so much.
Good job.
She's clearly giving that to him now.
He got more down. I need to put more water in here. He flipped over on his stomach by himself. I should flip him to his side. Vaughn, I know he's lost weight and I know he's smaller. That man is so heavy to me. I got this. So if I gotta flip him over, I will. Oh, he's gonna have a seizure.
So she gives him this shit, two different kinds of shit. And look at that, he has a seizure. And she's like, oh no, he's having a seizure. I'm going to skip over this part. I really am. But I don't think we need to spell it out any more than that.
And it bothers me because his mother has to see this. This is the part that annoys me the most. And we're going to get into that. But she didn't stop there. You know, she kept on and kept on and kept on giving these herbs, and he kept on taking them. So just watch this interaction here.
With him, maybe I can help. His body is going down. Like he is in the range of close to having a seizure. Like today has been the last few hours, not all of today, because this morning he was good. And like for the better part of the day, for the last several hours, like I'm scrambling, trying to help him. So what I did was I put in here, I made him a tea, a very potent tea, and that tea was supposed to be a foot bath for him, but he ended up drinking it because I had to go run errands. And so then when I came back, I was like, baby, did you do your foot bath? And he's like, has this much tea left? And he was like, it was a foot bath. And I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm not supposed to drink it. I'm like, well, you weren't supposed to, but I mean, does your stomach hurt? Because I'm thinking like, dude, your stomach has to hurt with all those herbs. And he said no. So I was like, well, go ahead and finish drinking it.
So if you just heard her,
Yeah.
he drank something that was meant for a foot bath. And she said, you know, just go ahead and keep drinking it. And he listens. He goes ahead and drinks that right up.
I blended up hops flour. Like this is the big old bag that the hops flour comes in. But I took hops flour and I am like so calm. I don't have any more kava, Amanda. 100% that would have helped, but I don't have any. And then I just blended him up some blue vervain, and he tossed and washed that right now as well. How do you know if there are herbs that shouldn't be combined?
So someone asked basically, how do you know if there's certain herbs that you shouldn't be blending and mixing together? And this is her response.
I don't know, but I highly doubt. There you go.
That's how you know. That's how you know. You just open the bag and you stick your face in it. That's how you know. Duh.
Then one of these herbs would be something that's not combined.
He's taking it
She looked at them. That's how she knows.
again.
Was that a lot? I don't know how much to give.
I don't know how much to give.
I feel like the amount that I normally would give her, I don't know. Or
See, and here's what kills me. There isn't anything you can't fucking Google, you know? I mean, I'm not saying that she should probably trust whatever answer she necessarily finds regarding this shit on Google, but it could be maybe better than her not knowing anything. Could be. I don't know. There's also different sources she could go to, you know, more reputable ones to obtain some sort of information that can kind of keep things just a little, you know, I don't know, a little less volatile maybe. But and this is someone who's an influencer, someone who probably does a lot of work and everything on the internet. She doesn't Google it.
the amount that I would give Valerian, like, is that? You know what? Do you think being on the floor, like by the bed, and like laying your back on the bed, with your knees on the floor?
He just seems like a shell. It says, what am I getting a text about? Oh, it's schedule.
See, Kate's RSO, that's Rick Simpson oil, and still. Okay, that one was for what? Blue vervain. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him more. The lower back, I mean, I don't know, but all I know is that normally whenever his lower back starts hurting, it's his what is it called? In the body of being overactive. So yeah. This is hops flour. Mr. McCray's not doing well, and so I'm trying to do everything I can on his body. This is super discouraging because, you know, he just had biofeedback yesterday, and he lasted a lot longer in a good state this morning than what was happening, but he's not taking that long. I'm like, so I'm trying to think of something new, something different. Like, I'm trying to think out of the box, like, how can I help him? And that's like blending the herbs. I didn't think about doing that before, and now it's like, when you make it out of herbs, it's just it's a gentle consuming herbs as a tea is a gentle form of getting like your medication, which is not like over the counter or prescription, but herbs are medicine and they help.
So she's making the herbs more small, particles of them more tinier, so they can be probably absorbed better and more quickly, and more of their powers be used. That's why anyone like muddle shit down or grind shit down, right? I mean, like the pot grinders, it's so you can smoke more of it, right? And the mushroom grinders, so you can enjoy more of the mushroom, right? So that's how I hear that anyway. I don't know.
This is hops flour. I'm literally, he's just tossing and washing. We're gonna go over the benefits. This is a bigger thing.
See, this is what I mean by the whole Walter White reference, though. Just how she's just concocting all this shit in her fucking kitchen and just feeling all sorts of powerful from it.
Okay, you know what, baby? I want to wait until like 30. I want to wait. It's okay. I want to wait.
Don't go.
Maybe 30, I'll leave it. Maybe 30 minutes or so. It says the dry flowering part of the plant is used to make medicine. It's used to make medicine. Hops is used for anxiety, inability to sleep, insomnia, and other sleep disorders, restlessness.
His memory are all greatly affected, and we started personal therapy to work on his brain, but none of these concoctions were really doing much of anything for him. And for those of you who are doctors or nurses in the chat, how would the seizure medication to counteract when you're taking herbs? But in this next clip, this is where she's talking about the cayenne pepper tonic that she created, and she swears by it that it helps with his seizures.
Small window before my husband would seize, because he has a tonic-clonic or the grand mal before he like violently convulses. There's a window of time where he does something, which
Does anyone know, were the seizures he was having, were they in fact grand mal seizures? I mean, I don't even know what the different seizures are, let alone, I know there's like one you get from having high fever, then there's grand mal, there maybe even others, I don't know. But I wouldn't be able to tell which was what kind of seizure I was looking at. So, I mean, was this confirmed that this was the case? Does anyone know? Or is this just what she decided it to be? If you know, let me know.
he does something with his mouth. Okay, when he starts doing that and I hear him, what I do is I grab cayenne pepper. It's in like a little spice jar, just like this big. I have cayenne pepper in it. I take off the lid, lick my finger, stick my finger in the cayenne pepper, and put it under the tongue. It has to be so right there you have blood vessels that it shows directly into the body. A lot of you guys, whenever I used to take my pain pills for fibro and for my RA, and I would take my pain pills, if my pain was really bad, I would chew up the pain pill and let it sit right there for a little bit, so that my body can absorb it like faster and quicker and have more of an immediate effect.
I wonder how many of those medications were extended release that she did that with. It's just really fucking stupid.
In the same way, that's what you want to do with the cayenne pepper. The cayenne pepper almost shocks the body in a good way. So if you're having a seizure, if you're having a stroke, if you're having a heart attack, put it under the tongue immediately. Once my husband is already seizing, it's too late. I have to let his seizure get scored. But afterwards, I will give him a cayenne pepper shot. I used to give him cayenne pepper shots like every day, several times a day. Now I do not. I've realized that that is not good for his body. It was causing, because it was such a long time, it was starting to cause an adverse reaction. I don't want to say adverse reaction, but it wasn't helping. It was making his body decline. And that's the thing that I listen to his body. Whenever he's declining, I try to see, okay, what is making him decline? Whenever he's doing good, I'm trying to see, okay, what made him do good, so we can keep doing more of that. It's really just listening to the body and seeing like what it responds positively to. But yeah, cayenne pepper under the tongue, it literally, like anywhere I go, when we leave the house, I have cayenne pepper. I never leave the house without it. I literally have this on me, like all the time, anywhere we go. I take it off. This is why I don't have my nail. Okay, I'm waiting my dang nails to come in, and then I'm gonna get my nails done. But here we go. Licking, putting it in, and under the tongue.
Oh my God. Oh.
So in this video, he had another seizure, and this time he had the seizure in front of her children. So again, two of the children are biological hers. They're his stepdaughters. Comment below and tell me how you as a woman would feel about making a 21 or 22-year-old man a stepfather to your kids, but okay. And so her daughter calls her panicking because he's had a seizure in front of them, and she's like in hysterics. So this is the next video you're going to be seeing.
I'm going to go over that too, because it's, I think a lot of people have already seen this, but it is really heart-wrenching because they call her, they're scared to death. They don't know what to do. And she tries to talk them through it. And I think she does for the most part. And then she makes them pray with her on the phone as she finishes driving home. But the whole time though, she had to record this, stream it or whatever. I don't, maybe this was live. I'm pretty sure that this was live because she didn't really do videos. I don't think she just did lives and then she, clipped them into videos. But, yeah, this had to be shared.
Wishes, but once he's able to talk whatever, like feel free. So then he was kind of like, okay, because he felt like I'm not trying to be against him. He's just realizing that I'm speaking up,
So after doing all of that, all of these episodes, all of the seizures, okay, on June 8th, she makes a post on Facebook and she says, if you were in Tucson, because they live in Yuma, according to her, I need help. This is a long shot, but I need supplemental nutrition for tube feeding. Vegan options only. I ordered Cake Farms, but it won't be here for 2 days. Help. I will pay whatever, preferably Cake Farms send me a DM now. I need it ASAP. Everyone else, pray that Jehovah is with me and Vaughn. I wish I didn't have to bring this to your attention this way. Hashtag Jehovah heal Vaughn shine. So then she made a follow.
And right there, I'm going to call bullshit. I wish I didn't have to bring this to your attention. She was dying to bring this to everyone's attention. She was, I don't know how she lasted 2 days. Or I don't know, what day did she do this on? or his incident was May 23rd or something, and this looks like June 6th. So she was quiet. She refrained from live streaming about this huge event in her life for that long. I'm amazed. I think she was itching. She was itching to just make it all about her.
Follow-up live video where she went on to reveal that Vaughn has been in a coma, and he's been in one since May 23rd. But before she made that video, she and Vaughn were having some issues going on in the household. I guess they were arguing and going back and forth. So these videos lead up to that.
My foot bath, I was mad. I mean, I kind of been mad. I've been mad for a while. The only times I'm not mad really is when I'm studying my Bible. And honestly, I'm dehydrated. I don't know the last time I've been piped down, just saying, okay? Like, I think that's another reason why I'm so stressed, okay? Because I ain't have no D, and I don't even know how long. Like, since before my tooth was pulled. What kind of mess?
I made a post earlier, and I had said, like, ASAP, I need, how can I say it, like, tube feeding formula, and, like, I need it now. I'm in Tucson, and I was asking for, you know, to see if there's anyone that can help me out. Please, the only information that I'm going to share is what I'm choosing to share, and asking questions, I would prefer you not to. And if you feel the need to ask questions, I would just prefer you exit out the video, because the only thing that I need is support. So Mr. McCray is in a coma right now, and he has been for over 2 weeks. He was flown from Yuma, where we live, to here in Tucson 2 weeks ago on Monday. So that's like 2 weeks and a couple of days already. And it's pretty serious. And that's all I'm going to share regarding that. Why he's in a coma is irrelevant. I mean, he does have a brain injury. I'll say that, but that's also as far as what I'm going to say regarding that, because what I don't need is negative energy my way. What I don't need is for someone to even give me sad energy. I don't want people's heart to hurt for me. I don't want people to, oh my God, I'm so sick, which maybe I should have led with that. I should have probably started with that. But the only reason why I don't want that is because he's going to wake up. I don't care what their tests show. I don't care what their CAT scan show. I don't care what their MRI shows. I don't care what every single doctor in that hospital is telling me. Like, I'm getting doctors pulling me aside in a room. There was 7 doctors around me, literally 7 doctors. Like, I was literally cornered so that they could really explain to me the severity of the situation. And not that I don't care, but I mean, it's to the point where they don't want me to prolong the inevitable. So you can only imagine the severity of his injury for them to give.
There, right there. She says it's to a point where they do not want me to prolong the inevitable. It's like she knows that it's inevitable, and she knows that they just don't want her to prolong it. It's almost like she just said that.
Me that type of feedback, that type of news, to tell me whatever else. I don't care. I don't care. They don't know who my God is, and they don't know a lot of things. You know, their body was made to heal. That's how we were created. We were made to live forever, not just heal. We were made to live forever. Like when God created us, he created us with the ability to heal. Just like if you get a scratch on your physical skin, you might bleed, you might get a little hurt, and then you're gonna heal. He was badly injured. His body sustained trauma. So I don't expect anything to look good. I don't expect no MRI to look good. I don't expect no CAT scan to look good. I know how the body works in my form of education. They have their medical degrees. They went to school for however much time, and that's great and all, and I respect that. But the way we were created, it doesn't make sense how every single part of your body can heal, but your brain missed me with that. So I'm not here to feel sad. I'm not here to get pity, because no matter what, and I firmly believe that he is going to wake up at some point. And then when he does, then we can cry, and then we can feel bad, and then we can be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe.
Like, she was so happy, so excited. And she wasn't a doctor. I don't remember what she was, but she was just so glad that I was giving him something vegan, because she's vegan too.
To have an infection, like, I don't understand how that works. It just seems like it's they're hungry to come open. That's how I took it. So I said no, especially because they just told me 24 hours prior that it's not good for him to be under because of an infection. So why are they now switching up? Like, no, absolutely not. But because they wanted to give him surgery, they increased the amount of feeding that he was getting. So it went from 10 mLs per hour to 50 mLs per hour. Yesterday, when I went to the hospital, he was in bad shape. The jerks were back. Like, whenever he breathes, it's like,
was never used to that much food. Like, he did not eat that much. And she was like, Miss McCray, he's lost 20 pounds since he's been here. I'm thinking like, don't Miss McCray, like, as if that's supposed to scare me or make me feel bad or make me change my mind. Like, the man also was very active, always moving, and now he ain't moved. I mean, a little bit, like his arms, but besides that, he's not going nowhere. He's literally in the bed, not moving for 3.5 weeks. I expect there to be weight loss. I don't expect it to be the same. And then they're giving him poison, and like, don't miss me with that. You're not, don't. You're not scaring me. You're not making me feel no type of way. Like, what I say still stands. They've always overfed him.
doesn't mean let's push the food anyways, because look at what he does. How bad would that be for him to vomit? I'm not opening them, you need to wait. How bad would it be for him to vomit and it coming out here, and then you got to worry about it going into his lungs? Like, come on, you know? So I was just remaining calm. Jehovah was helping me with what I was saying and keeping calm and all of that, but it was just annoying. And so whenever I was talking to the nutritionalist, you know, she wanted to show me, do you see like the sides of his head is concave? So she's trying to show me where he lost weight. And I'm like, okay, you know, like, all right, just, okay, you know, just talking like that, just, all right. And she's like, do you have any questions? I said, I'm not speaking in front of him. I don't want him to hear this conversation, but go ahead and finish the exam, and then we can go ahead and step out of the room. She's like, oh, okay, well, we're done. I just wanted to show you that. I'm like, okay, let's go. And I ripped the gown off and then take it off, wash my hands, and then we did. It's like, I don't want to say that word, but like, girl, bite. Like, you're not intimidating me. Like, in fact, I hope you feel that that's not going to happen. You're not going to intimidate me.
That whole conversation, she's explaining this conversation. The medical staff is trying to explain his condition to her, how and why they need to uptake his formula intake or whatever. And she just turned that all into, you're not going to intimidate me. This was a harrowing moment for her. She resisted their intimidation. She resisted their pressure. You're not going to push me around. What the fuck? Crazy. In my opinion, they're fucking crazy. We're going to take a quick break here, break though right now. I'm going to run to the bathroom and I'm going to grab something else to drink. So I will be back in about 1 to 2 minutes, and we're going to pick up right here. So go ahead and I'll do whatever it is you guys got to do, and I'll be right back. And I have that lovely like intermission music for you guys. This one really isn't that bad. It's not like the StreamYard one. So again, thank you. I'm fucking Reagan.
Every time you close your eyes, dream of me. I wanna be a fantasy. Imagine the water falling all on me. I wanna be in your wet dreams, in your wet dreams. Close your eyes, dream of me. I wanna be a fantasy. Imagine the water falling all on me. I wanna be in your wet dreams, in your wet dreams. Be in your wet dreams. I wanna be in your wet dreams. In your wet dreams. I wanna. Close your eyes, dream of me. I wanna be a fantasy. Imagine the water falling all on me. I wanna be in your wet dreams, in your wet dreams. Be in your wet dreams. I wanna be in your wet dreams. In your wet dreams. I wanna.
Okay, I'm back. I actually I did good that time. I did real good. Okay. Let's resume.
It's just no.
Anyone else sick of the black saying? What happening was, because she wanted to do this vegan regimen instead of just following the orders that the doctor gave, Well, now she has to pay all this money out of pocket for his feeding. And she was saying it's super expensive. And she was discussing this with, I believe, someone in the room, was it her mom? So I'll let you guys hear that.
And I don't qualify for assistance. So, and it's like $6,000 a month. I know. But I'm not.
$6,000 a month.
So some people in the group exposing Dre McCray, they pulled up how she's talking about how she has to pay $60 or something for every 2 days or something like that for his feeding. But when it came to the Airbnb they have to stay in, because they're from Yuma, I believe they also have an RV. She basically was willing to spend $162 a night to stay at the Airbnb, but they were saying she didn't want to pay that money for his feeding. So, very interesting there. But again, that's his choice, right? This is a grown man. This is the choice that he made. So, while he's in there, she's still trying to find a way to support herself. So I told you guys in the beginning, she sells jewelry. So she told people, if you buy this yellow necklace in his honor, then that'll be a way to show your support to him. So she started selling these necklaces that are yellow or something like that, claiming it's,
I'm gonna let the next minute or two play because I think it's important to show her reaction to something. But I'm gonna just throw like a little warning. You're gonna see Vaughn in the coma. You're going to see him just make a movement basically. But I understand that can be quite upsetting. I mean, it was jarring to me the first time I seen it. So I just want to give you all a heads up. That's all.
To support him. So a lot of people were buying that. And then she started posting these videos on TikTok of him being in the hospital, him being in the coma. And I feel as though that's, to his family, they probably shouldn't have to see that. Right. But she claims that he would be okay with it if he was alert. This is her own words. All right. Now this next video is one that I saw. And a lot of people were calling this out because while he was in the hospital, I guess she was trying to touch his face and she felt like he moved his face away from her or something. So I'll let you guys see that.
Watch the face.
Did you turn away from me? You don't want to hear it? Sir. Baby, don't turn your face away from me. I gotta go. I gotta go shopping for the lambs. I need to get some key limes, some bananas. I promise I will be here tomorrow.
So in this video, it's her showing him in the coma with him talking to his grandmother, his great-grandmother. She's the mom of his grandma, I believe. And she posted talking about loving her makeup and how happy she is. And she just seems like, living her best life.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I'm so excited.
And also while this was occurring, she was doing, unboxings and also promoting products while he's still in the coma.
Unboxing for my supporters because we got hella packages. It's just crazy, you guys. I literally lost 70 pounds and I have no saggy skin. My hold on, let me check. Even whenever you look on the side of me, there's I'm not wearing I'm wearing some guys because your girl is that time of the month. Okay, but that's not the point. So whenever I lost, I started losing weight. So a lot of people know I'm offline vegan. So I completely changed the way I eat. I don't eat sugar, I don't eat processed food, I don't eat meat, dairy, soy, none of that. I eat very clean, plant-based type diet and whatnot.
Now, this video literally took the cake out of near everything that's been shown. Again, exposing Dre McCray. There was another page called Expose Justice. All these different pages posted this video where she is admitting that while he's in the hospital, she uses her saliva and smears it all over him. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yesterday, I put my saliva on him. Showed it. I went all up in my mouth and put it on him. On the top of his head, on his neck, and on his arm. Saliva carries information. And I can't touch him physically, but my saliva is going to go through his body and it's going to tell him, I'm here, I want you, wake up. I want to spit in his hands. Okay, here we go. Tomorrow, possibly, maybe, not 100%. They're going to allow me to not wear a glove, not wear a helmet, not wear any of these things. I'm going to be able to touch him. I'm going to be able to kiss him. I'm going to be able to rub him. I'm going to be able to smell him. I'm going to be able to lick him. I'm going to do all the things. And you better believe I am going to lick him. Or I'm going to put my saliva on his body. I might just lick my hand and put it on him. For real, real talk.
It's he just couldn't get away from her for a second.
I'm not even joking. Me and Juan have had conversations about our saliva. My body craves his saliva, and his body craves my saliva.
I know it might sound cray, but I'm so like, oh my God, we crave each other's saliva. It's so hard to explain, you know? And whenever I used to watch the herbalist, like she would talk about how something about saliva, I don't remember. But think about it, when dogs are injured or are hurt, they use saliva to heal.
It's been over 72 hours, y'all. They don't even have a ventilator in the room no more. Like, this is big. Do you guys understand? Like,
I think this was the first video I ever saw of hers. She's flipping out because she claimed that he was breathing on his own, but he wasn't quite breathing on his own. Not entirely.
someone who has, I don't want to say brain issues because I don't want to say that, but like someone who has had their brain affected and where doctors have said he's just going to be in a vegetative state. Yeah, no, I refuse to believe that. No, thank you. Goodbye. I rebuke you. Don't even say that. No, absolutely not. My babies are so good, Lori. Thank you for asking. See, not a lot of people ask about how me and my children are doing. That's what's sad. You know, that's what's sad. But my lambs are doing really good because they put their trust in Jehovah. That's why we will always be okay. That's why we will always be good. His body was never used.
So you guys can just see there, it just gets ridiculous and ridiculous and ridiculous and unbearable. But I have to remind you guys, this was Von's decisions. This was his wishes.
And I think that that's important to point out because, I mean, he had moments. I mean, he could have decided differently. But I don't put the entirety of the blame on him regarding this because I have no doubt that he was pressured. He felt pressure, whatever, from her. Because I mean, I feel like also too, if you reverse the genders here, okay, if she ended up like Marvon and Marvon ended up like her, whatever, I feel like this would be a different conversation than this was a grown man making his own decisions. So, but the point is that it's probably true. So if that's probably true, then as a grown man making his own decisions, it shouldn't have been as difficult for him maybe to make other decisions as it would have been for a woman. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like this, if you try to make that argument, it's a double-edged sword, I think. But bottom line is, all the days leading up into his incident, he had the opportunity a lot of the times to make a different choice. Not that the other choices were all that, you know, ideal or anything, but he still had other choices. And I have said though all along that a lot of people have shitty relationships, and not nobody, but most people don't go to the measures in which Vaughn did. So in order for someone to do that, I feel like there has to be something else going on inside them. And I do think that that's true, but watching this video here by Paris Milan, I'm starting to just kind of wonder if that extra going on inside of him was possibly influenced a lot by the pressure, by the just like the constant hovering, the drugging. I'm sorry. In my opinion, it's drugging. I mean, yeah, it's kratom or whatever. It's not like the other similar type medications, distantly similar, I think. But it's going to affect you. It really is. And I almost wonder if the morning that this happened, because it was talked about how they were fighting or whatever the night before, and then they went to bed or whatever for a few hours. I almost wonder if they both woke up kind of sober, you know, the effects of whatever it is they took the day before wearing off, and now they're both fucking miserable. If maybe that just like the come down influenced him at all. I mean, it's very possible, I think. In which case, that could very well be that something more going on inside of him, you know? And just, I don't think that this was her intent, though. I really don't think this was her intent. But whether it was, I mean, assuming I'm right and it wasn't her intent, I think it's been her intent since it happened to not self-reflect and possibly wonder And I wonder why that is. Why is this? I mean, I get it. It's going to be painful. It's going to be very hard to do. I no doubt. But I think you get to a point where if you continue denying the opportunity to fess up to what she did, it's going to hurt you more. You're going to feel it weighing you down more. It's almost, I feel like it gets to a point where you're doing it for yourself, you know, because you have to. And I just wonder why it is she's not reached that point, you know. I mean, because whether or not she really is at any fault or not, how do you come out of this situation and not feel the guilt, not feel like you might be at fault at all, or not feel like you played a part in this? How do you come out of this without that? Whether you deserve it or not, who doesn't feel, wonder, shit, did I help contribute to this? Is this partially my, what if I could have done something different? Like, who doesn't wonder that? Yeah.
The thing that shows the heart rate, and was it the thing for the vital signs? It's like normally you put it on your finger. This time they had it on his ear, but that thing it misread. It was scary.
I was just looking in chat here. Kratom, yeah, Kratom is, there's different strains and everything, and but the way she was doing it, yeah, no doubt, it's definitely stronger than probably what you're finding like your local head shop or something. But in order to see, if you take it for a long period of time though, regularly, then that's a whole nother ballgame. That's a different beast, okay? But if you're someone who just partakes here and there or whatever, and you don't build up this tolerance, you don't build up this, you know, whatever kind of dependency it is that really comes from it, then it's really, really hard to take too much of it, because you literally, your body just violently rejects it. But yeah, if you keep taking it regularly over a long period of time, then your body starts to kind of crave it. So I do think it's very strong in the sense that it's going to alter your state of mind. It's going to alter your overall state of mind, not just while you take it. But if you take it regularly, even when you're not taking it, it's going to fuck with your head, you know? A lot, you know, pot does it too, but depending on how much you do it, you know, is really how much it affects you. But yeah, and I think that when you're so used to being high on shit, and anything really, kratom especially, you're used to that feeling that when you do suddenly go without the feeling, you do go through the withdrawal. Maybe not so much physically like you will like the other stronger narcotics or whatever, but the mental ones have got to be just as bad. I mean, it's crazy. So it's, oh, okay. Some people don't ever wonder that. It's a good point to make though too, Shan. It's not FDA regulated. So when you buy kratom either from your local head shop or from, I don't know, Asia or something, whatever, you don't know what you're getting. You don't know if what you're getting is in fact like all kratom. You don't know how potent it is. You don't know. You just don't know, because there's no regulation that anyone has to follow. They can send you pretty much anything. It's not difficult to send you kratom. They will probably send you kratom, you know, just it's plenty cheap to send you kratom. But you don't know how strong it is. You don't know what kind of strain it is. You don't know if 2 tablespoons of this kind is going to be just as strong or more powerful than 2 tablespoons of another kind. You don't know, because no one has to tell you. No one even has to know themselves. So, and smuggling drugs from Mexico. There was like the benzos and shit though, right? I mean, that's how I took that. But yeah, it's another thing too. It's a good point too. The benzos, like, I don't know if anyone here has ever taken benzos. Like, she was talking about giving him 6 milligrams, okay, a few minutes ago. Now, there's only, from what I understand, there's only 2 substances that are seen in detox centers or whatever that can actually cause you to die or have serious complications from just suddenly stopping. Either alcohol and benzodiazepines, that will fuck with your head. That can cause a seizure. That can cause all kinds of physical ailments, but that will fuck with your head more than anything, I think. More than stopping alcohol does, I think. I never really got into the benzos that much. They're great for when you need them. When you medically need them, they're wonderful. But they're not fun to take any other time. And they're not even fun to take then, but they're just, I don't know, they're not fun. I mean, if you like to lay around and do nothing and just feel like a blob and sleep, then they're great. It's not me though. But I've seen people just dealing with trying to get off of them, because I feel like for a long time they were prescribing a lot in place of the painkillers and shit. So it's just a whole nother kind of beast to overcome, really.
Curious thing, you guys, because the thing that reads his heart rate, it malfunctioned. And anyways, before I left, I was telling trying to get Vaughn help because his heart rate was climbing and it needed to be lowered, obviously. And I was concerned because when I first got there, it was like 108, and then it continued to elevate, and then it went to 130 before I was gonna leave, and still going higher than that. So I'm just like, bruh. So I had tried to get a nurse in, but the respiratory therapist came in instead because the nurse was busy, which is fine. I gave him the message about the heart rate, and he went to talk to the nurse, and the nurse said that, she's with the patient right now, but she will call the doctor if he does need to be given medication for his heart rate. So that was good and all, but I'm not satisfied with that because his heart rate is elevating. He's normally in the 80s, high 70s, low 80s. So he's literally 50 beats per minute over what is normal. Just the way I feel is I need to find a house ASAP so that I can take care of him at home. I'm just going to hold on to the fact.
Did you guys peep that? She said she hopes to find a house so that she can take care of him at home. Her hope is that they will release him so that she can care for him.
That Jehovah's taking care of him, and I'm going to stick with that.
So this is what I've been waiting for. His mother, my goodness, oh my God, it makes me angry that she is suffering through all of this crap because of some foolish decisions. And I'm going to try to be professional and keep it professional out of respect for her. But this pees me off that she's going through some bullish like this because somebody let some sick, dang near 30-year-old game be ran on them. And now your mother is in pain. So this is his mother, Latisha Bias. And all of this madness is going on social media. To my understanding, it seemed like he was cool with his mother. He loved his family, wanted to be around them. You let Dre tell it, the most toxic relationship ever. She was telling him it's so bad. But while all of this stuff is going on with his health, his mother is told nothing really. She had to find out through social media. And she's really been advocating for her son to the point that she called the hospital herself. And this is the recording of the call.
Brian, how can I help you?
Hey, Brian, how you doing? My name is Latisha.
Wait a second, 1 second. I just gotta pause this for a second. Okay, sorry about that. So I want to play that again. This segue.
They're advocating for her team, real. But while all of this stuff, Dre telling it, the most toxic relationship ever. She was telling him it's so bad. But while all of this stuff is going on with his health, his mother is told nothing really. She had to find out through social media. And she's really been advocating for her son to the point that she called the hospital herself. And this is the recording of the call.
Brian, can I help you?
Hey, Brian, how you doing? My name is Latisha Bias, and I was wondering, do you have my son at your hospital? His name is Marvon McCray.
What was the last name?
McCray, MCCRAY.
And what relation are you?
I'm his mother.
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to give out any information on him.
At all, even because I came to Tucson.
I forgot about that. This was taken or this was ran with by some people as though as though the hospital was trying to say that he couldn't confirm whether or not he was there. But by him saying that he's not allowed to give out any information about him, there was an absolute confirmation that he was there, and he wasn't allowed to speak to anyone about him being there. But yeah, the rest of it's fucked up, though, no doubt. But I feel like some people ran with this as like some sort of thing. Like, look at, they're trying to say that the hospital couldn't tell them that he was there when that's not what happened. And no one even made that claim, though. Like, the complaint was that she couldn't get any information about him over the phone. That's what it was. And that's what it was.
Trying to see him.
At all. You got to talk to his wife.
Okay. And there's no way, like, anyone else I can maybe speak to?
Nope, she is the only one that we're allowed to give information to.
Even with me visiting him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
That confirms that. That confirms. See, she's saying right there, even with me visiting him. So she's saying that obviously she realizes that she can be there visiting him, and that in order to do that, she will know that he's there. But while she's standing right next to him, her son, that the hospital cannot give her any information. That's what she's confirming. I mean,
no problem.
All right.
So, to my understanding, Dre says she didn't get a restraining order, but the mother, Latisha, said that Dre, again, his wife, tried to get a restraining order on her, which prevented her from being able to come to the hospital. And his mother, Latisha, said that order expired, the temporary order expired on the 30th of June. So, of course, the family is just outraged at this point that she's taking full control of the situation. And his sister spoke out on Facebook, and she said, on some real stuff, we wasn't even going to come to social media with what's going on, but since you got so many followers and doing this crap for social media, why the F are you denying my mama her rights to see her child? Like, what gives you the right to tell his mom it's in his best interest that he don't have any visitors? Out of respect for my brother, we've been letting crap slide for years, bruh. Yeah, you his wife, but I'm his blood. We are his blood. I got a nephew I don't even know, because you have always kept them always from us, or you've kept them always from us for so many years. I pray you never have to bear the pain my mama feeling as a mother. Oh, goodness. I pray your kids, husband or wife, never tell you, no, you can't see your child, not knowing if they're going to live. My mama been trying to be nice. I've been trying to be nice. It's cool. It's not over. I will post these messages and all from you because, chick, you're hiding something. I'm angry. What if it was your brother? How would you feel? He's like my twin. Why are you doing it like that? We had to find out from social media what was going on with my brother. You told the world before his own family. Who does that? He's been in the hospital 2 weeks, 4 days now. And we just found out Friday his condition. You're wrong. You don't even want to feed him. You on here showing off an RV kitchen, my brother in a hospital bed in a coma. We coming though, believe me. So, they have every right to feel this way, that this is all going on, that they're not even allowed to come and see them or see him while, it's looking pretty bleak for him right now. This is a message that is allegedly posted by his brother. His brother said, "This is all crazy. I'm the actual blood brother of Marvon Jackson / McCray." To my understanding, his bio dad's last name is Jackson, but because he was raised by his great grandmother, he took on that family's last name. This lady is wicked. She wouldn't reply to any of my messages. I tried reaching out, and then it seemed like I could only contact my brother through her after she stopped replying to texts and calls. I was even offered to come visit. Currently, she is withholding any kind of information on my brother's status, but continues to upload on social media and make profit off of this. Don't even understand how upsetting it is. At the end, my brother could have, thank you. At the end, my brother could have reached out, right, before it did get to this. And as a wife, if you didn't have any evil intentions at all, you would have informed his family that he's been in a coma for 2 and 3 weeks before we found out on one of your pages. She will get whatever she deserves. I can promise you that. And I'm going to touch on that later. Please don't let me forget that part. But his brother is absolutely right. Okay. He should have made things right. Now, this is something that I saw on the page. And this is some information that a family member has allegedly said, okay? So they asked, do you know if he has life insurance policies? She's hiding something. And someone allegedly says yes, and he just got a large amount of money. I won't say what from.
I don't think that, like I said, I mean, I get, you got to mention it. She has to mention it. I understand that. I haven't seen anything to support it. I don't know. But I'm glad she mentioned it. But I'm going to go because if nothing else, for the interest of time here, I'm going to skip over this.
through social media. Now that my family is speaking out about it, we all get blocked. God is in control and you are very evil. But as my name is Latisha, I'm coming to Arizona and I'm going to see my baby. Facebook fam, please keep Marvon, Doughboy is what they call him, child, in your prayers. Please, I'm begging, make sure when you get married, man or women, that they always know if you have living parents, that in a time like this, they know what's going on with their child and not through social media. Okay.
Yes.
But when some people intent on being stuck on stuff. So, she also made a post showing that he was around the family despite Drea claiming that they weren't really connected and he was never around them. And so she posted to show that he was in fact around the family and, they all loved him and things like that. The mother posted this and she says, I've been contemplating to defend myself regarding what has been said about my family and I have decided to allow you all to choose what you want to believe, exaggerated truths. What I want you guys to know is I'm not sitting around waiting for people to help. I'm actually doing things myself. I was told that my son and his, I think she meant to say wife, had some type of altercation prior to him sustaining the brain injury, which was not caused by a seizure. And he had a very high levels of K in his system. I will be posting proof.
She's gonna point something out here too in a minute. That I think a lot of people forget. It wasn't Katie Joy who released the police report, who obtained the police report and then released the police report. It was Latisha Bias. She obtained it. She released it. The family released it. Katie grabbed it from her and then Katie took credit for it.
Later. Okay. The mom also did say though that she went ahead and she reported those videos where she was admitted to putting her saliva on him. And she said, and she had my baby moved to another hospital. And the only thing they could tell me is it's a long-term hospital. Every time I get one step ahead, she pull a move. Lord, please help me. So this video is one where his father, Marvon, I believe Marvon is a junior, but his father drove 3,000 miles with his wife to be able to see his son while he was in the hospital. And Dre was not having it. She was like, call security. So I'll let you guys see this.
And I'm going to point something out here too. After this had happened and Dre got shipped her, Dre went with the excuse of it. That it wasn't Latisha, his mother or the birth mother, whatever. Latisha wasn't there. It was the father, Marvon, and he has this long, extensive criminal. Or I know it wasn't Dre who said that. I think it was Katie Joy who said this. My mistake. She was saying though how the father has this long, extensive, like violent criminal history of stalking and assault or whatever. I don't even know. And that people just didn't realize that, and that Dre was saying no because of that. But pay attention to who she's talking about when she's trying to explain things to the hospital staff. She's not talking about Marvon, or Marvon Senior rather. Which you are.
That's Barnes' parents. Are you the nurse?
No, I'm not his nurse.
Okay.
I found them in too sad. Is it okay for them to visit?
Absolutely not. No. In fact, we need to call security.
Hold on. I'm his daddy, and this is not his. This is my wife. How do you mean I can't see my son? Man, this girl get crazy. I drove 3,000 miles, man.
You don't need to pray. I know, Rima. I know.
Hey, Kim, it's Rebecca. I'm from South. Was Mr. McCray able to
Pray. I know.
Man, this girl get crazy. I drove 3,000 miles, man.
You don't need to pray. I know, Rima. I know.
Hey, Kim, it's Rebecca. I'm
Did that sound like she said Lima? That's interesting. It's probably not. I mean, a lot of people name that, right? I don't know.
was Mr.
The whole biofeedback thing, though, like that coincidence, I guess. I don't know. And then the whole Dr. Steve thing with the alternative health, and then the I don't know. It's probably not.
visitors right now?
Besides his wife.
Should only his wife be
I want to hear that
allowed?
one more time. Sorry.
It's your
Yeah, how do you mean I can't see my son? Man, this girl get crazy. I drove 3,000 miles, man.
You don't need to pray. I know, Rima. I know.
Hey, Kim, it's Rebecca. I'm from South. Was Mr. McCray able to have any visitors right now?
Besides his wife.
Should only his wife be allowed in? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Ask a social worker.
The social worker said,
Yeah.
see him.
I know. Just watch out Jehovah. Always. Comes through each and every single time.
Plot twist. Jehovah is what she actually named one of her knives. All right, I'm kidding. I am.
some good music. Hi, Cheyenne. How are you? Good. Can you get security for me? Yeah. Yeah. They are not. They know they're not allowed to be here. They're very well aware, and he has it on the charts. No visitors, and you need a password in order to even get updates. And the nurses know. I've told them about what's going on with their parent, with his parents. Yeah, they're not supposed to be here, and they're very well aware. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Mr. Visit. They're here to visit my husband, but the mother, like my husband hasn't communicated with her in like 6 years. They don't have a relationship anymore. Like he recently reached out, but that's neither the point right now. With his, he was tested positive. His white blood cell count was elevated. I respectfully told them whenever he wakes up, they could visit. But at this point right now, I need to remain his only visitor. They've been posting really bad negative stuff online about me. Just really,
again, it's all about her. They've been posting really bad negative stuff about me. That's why they can't see their son. If you weren't keeping all this information from the beginning, they wouldn't be posting shit about you online.
really bad stuff. So yeah, they know they're not supposed to be here, and I've made it very clear. So I'm here to be with. Yeah, they're very well aware of that. I'm his only visitor right now.
So we looked into that, and I know you're his medical decision maker, and we do make decisions medically based on your end.
He's not even the mother, Ethan. I can get someone to show the birth certificate.
We did speak with our social worker, and we confirmed that you're in the state of Arizona. Although you are, and we do recognize that you are the medical power of attorney.
Okay.
You do have the decision on what information is shared. But in the state of Arizona, you do not have the ability to decide who can and cannot visit the patient.
So anyone can visit?
Yeah, we can't restrict the visitors, unfortunately. No.
Can I see that in writing, please?
So this is something that has been confirmed with the social worker. It's not something that has been documented, but we have confirmed with multiple people
Okay.
that's a valid statement.
Can I see where can you contact the social worker, please?
I can try and contact the social worker that's working.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we have the understanding that they're allowed
just
to.
a policy, unfortunately.
Okay. She gave him up when, like, if that's the case, then strangers can come into the room and request to visit him.
Yeah, I mean, really anybody can. Yeah, we can't really restrict the visitors.
But if I'm in the room and there's only one person limited, then they can't come in, right? Because I was already coming back, and I'm coming back to the room. Once I leave the room, I have to go to the bathroom. They want to come in, but I know it's a very strict one person, policy for. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to the room, and then whenever I have to leave, then. But in the meantime, if you could get the social worker, or paperwork so that I can see that, and then I can research too.
Yeah, we'll look into if we can get it like somewhere in writing, but that is the policy. That's unfortunately that's where it is.
Right. I just need to see that in writing. Thank you.
So we don't have to show you in writing.
We don't have to show you.
That's our policy, but we'll look and see if there's a social worker that can come talk to you and tell you in person. But I don't know that I'm going to be able to produce it in actual writing.
Right. So. Okay. Well.
And for now, you'll just have to follow along with our policies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, sure. I don't want to be go against.
Yeah, we're not trying to say this like to be mean or put you down in any way, but we did honestly look into it today, and that's unfortunately the policy that we can't really restrict. Comes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I speak to the higher ups too? That. Just letting them know.
We will try and get
okay.
We'll see if the social worker might not still be here.
Okay.
Talk to you, but we'll call and see.
Okay. That'd be good. Thank you so much. Okay.
You may do that.
I need help to find out that this is not true. I've got it all cleaned up.
Yeah. I need help to find out this is not true. Now, I need help to find out if this is true or not. I need help to find out this is a lie.
You have no idea. Yep, they can bring it. Yep, I don't believe them at all. Y'all, I need help for real. Okay, do your research. Contact me.
So, after trying to pull rank and get on this power trip because she's legally the next of kin. She then sent some texts, and this is what his mother, Latisha, posted publicly. It says here, in an effort to reduce the danger you've put me and my family in, I'm reaching out to offer you the opportunity to see Marvon. I've always offered to communicate with you should you reach out and inquire about my husband, and that offer still stands. So Latisha said, hi, Dre, thanks for reaching out to me. Your family safety is very important to me. I would never do anything to jeopardize that. I would love to see my son. I would love to put any differences aside and move forward and put what's more important at the forefront. Marvon, please, I pray this message is real and will make arrangements as soon as I can confirm I will be allowed to see him. As I have attempted to see him once and would have to make arrangements for travel and stay, please let me know what I can do to take the next step in seeing him. Thank you. So in the next messages, she says here, she says, you're welcome. I've always encouraged communication between us. Marvon is no longer in such a critical state as he was in the last time we spoke. He has been improving every single day and is less at risk receiving visitors. Although I appreciate you saying you wish no harm on my family, your deliberate actions have shown otherwise. I do not agree to the extent you've exposed such personal and private information about my husband. You can only imagine the horrific demeanor in which I saw him. Being blamed for his doing has only increased what a nightmare it was to see him in that state, which is why I shielded this from the public. She also said, I welcome you with open arms if you can agree to make a public statement.
Okay. As soon as I'm going to end the stream right after she's done reading this comment, but I want to go back and replay that part for a second.
Private information about my husband. You can only imagine the horrific demeanor in which I saw him. Being blamed for his doing has only increased what a nightmare it was to see him in that state, which is why I shielded this from the public. She also said, why blame about my husband. You can only imagine the horrific demeanor in which I saw him. Being blamed for his doing has only increased what a nightmare it was to see him in that state, which is why I shielded this from the public.
She just said that she shielded this from the public because she didn't want to be blamed for his state. Like, seriously, hear that again.
Imagine the horrific demeanor in which I saw him. Being blamed for his doing has only increased what a nightmare it was to see him in that state, which is why I shielded this from the public.
Which, I mean, I have no doubt that anyone would, especially knowing the shit that she had already put out there about their fighting and everything, their relationship, all kinds of things. Any person who had half a brain would realize, shit, I might get some blame for this, you know? And I don't blame anyone for being concerned about that. But you don't try to keep it secret to avoid the blame, because you're putting yourself ahead of your loved one. In fact, it's all about you. It's not even about your loved one at that point. I mean,
she also said, I welcome you with open arms if you can agree to make a public statement outlining that we are in communication to arrange visitation and that all the threats and harassment towards me, my children, my family, my friends, and my close associates need to cease. With that being done,
the whole reason, in my opinion, why she wanted Latisha to make such a post, so that she could have someone who people looked up to in this situation, as someone to listen to, come out and publicly confirm that these things were in fact happening.
and again, we can move forward into working together. Also, I have never obtained any sort of restraining order against you, Latisha. I'm looking forward to your reply. It's real nasty. Now, I want to play this video because then she decided to post a video where she called herself exposing his mother's personal business, which
we're going to pick up on that on the next stream, which will be, oh, shoot, what was that? Oh, by snail fight. Sorry about the noise. Which will be he's yelling at the doggy. Which will be tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Sunday? Yeah. Probably tomorrow afternoon. Because I have to work at 5. So it's not gonna be tomorrow night unless I start streaming at like at least midnight or something. And I don't really want to do that. So it might be tomorrow mid-afternoon, but it will probably be Monday. I'll be honest. It'll probably be Monday night. So just because I want to get some shit together and everything for it, because there's a lot I want to go over. There's a lot I want to talk about, cover and everything, and rehash or whatever, and just look at with, you know, the gift of hindsight, I guess. So, all right, cat, stop. She's a pain in my ass most nights now. So, all right, let me go here into chat. Sorry, I wasn't paying. I don't pay too much attention to chat when I'm doing streams like this because I want to cover the things I want to cover and say the things I want to say, and chat distracts me a lot. You guys are distractions, but distractions I love. Anyway, I have a video I haven't watched since it first came out at the beginning. I think it's likely going to be helpful. Contact me so I can get to it. Okay, yeah, definitely. Awesome. Thank you, Shil. Yes. This is another thing, too. I'm going to be covering, I'm not going to cover the entirety of her video. Actually, I know I'm not going to, but I haven't, actually, the last half hour I still have to watch. I am going to be, like, when I say I blame her for the things since then, especially since his passing, what I'm talking about is how she's handled it and how she's trying to present everything and the things she's saying. And I'm going to be ending things with videos, that more recent videos, we'll say. So there's going to be more. Yeah. Nice, nasty. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I'm not the only one who kind of heard Lima there. And then don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a lot of people named Lima. Who knows who the fuck knows? I'd be curious though to see the live chat for that video, that stream. It was a stream, I know. I don't know if it was Instagram, I don't know if it was YouTube. It's probably Instagram or Facebook. But I don't know which one. But I would be, and not all of them have the live chat. Like Facebook usually has the live chat, so but Instagram doesn't usually have the live chat. But I'd be interested though to see it. Just because like there are this is Arizona for one. I want to say Lima's one of her something had some sort of association with Arizona, I thought. Or was it Amanda Rapp? I don't know. Anyway, I could be wrong. But it's the whole biometric feedback shit and the whole I don't know, I get a feeling of deja vu even if I don't see any connections. There's a sense of similarity, I guess. And maybe that's all it is. But that threw me for a minute when I heard that name. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know. But anyway, okay. Thanks for being here, everyone. I'm going to wrap this up today because I don't want to keep all this into one really long stream. And I want to get better prepared for the next one. So, all right. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Bye.